Hello Stampers, Deb Valder here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here to show you how to do this magazine holder to hold. I have 12 note cards in here. I like to do projects for my videos on things that I really need to do. I do continuing education in 4 different school districts, and I like to give gifts to the people who coordinate all of my efforts and make my job so much easier. So this is the project that I'm going to be doing for my coordinators for continuing ed. It's just a simple box that looks like a magazine holder, and I have, like I said, 12 note cards in here. So this is going to be part 1. This is going to be the part where I'm going to show you how to do the magazine holder, and in part 2 I'm going to show you a neat nifty way to how to do these note cards. They're not cards that open, they're just note cards. So with that being said, let's get started, and I'll show you how to make this little holder right here. You want to start out with a piece of cardstock that's 12 by 12, and you want to cut it down to 9 by 12. After you cut it down to 9 by 12, you want to get your trimmer out, your Stampin' Up! Trimmer, and we're going to take and start scoring it. So with the 9-inch piece on top, right here like this is the 9-inch piece on top. I cut my 12 by 12 down to 9 by 12, and with our 9-inch piece on top, you're going to score it at 3 1/4, at 3 1/4 right here, and remember to use your scoring blade, okay, not your cutting blade. So I'm going to score it at 3 3/4. And then I'm going to score it at, and you're going to go from the top to the bottom, and then you're going to go over to the 6 1/2-inch mark, which is the little line between the two pieces right here. You're going to go over to the 6 1/2-inch mark. I'm sorry, you're going to go to the 5 1/4-inch mark. I'm sorry. You're going to go over to the 5 1/4-inch mark, and you're going to score here. So now you have this little panel that goes all the way down. What you're going to do now is you're going to take and you're going to turn it so that the 12-inch mark is up here at the top. And when you do that, we're going to score it at the 2-inch mark. Let me just do it this way. We're going to score it at the 2-inch mark, and then we're going to go over and we're going to score it at the 6 1/2-inch mark. I knew there was a 6 1/2-inch here somewhere. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to score it at the 2-inch mark and the 6 1/2-inch mark. Now we have one more score to do, or actually 2 more scores to do. What we're going to do is we're going to take and where we have these 2 horizontal scores, we are going to take and score one line in between that. And that score mark is going to be at the 1 3/4-inch mark. So I'm going to push it in, and I'm going to score. I'm going to lift up my scoring blade until I get to the first score mark, and I'm going to score down to the second score mark. All right, so I like to do it a couple times. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to lift it up, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I don't know if you can see this, but here it's going to be here down here at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the 1 3/4-inch mark right here, and I'm going to score at like I said, from in between the 2 little horizontal score marks. Now we have all of our scoring done. We have 4 scores here, 4 score and 7 years ago. Okay, so 4 scores here, and then we have our 2 long scores here. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to cut off this little piece right here and this little piece right here. So what I did was I measured over on the top at the 9-inch, I measured over 2 1/2 inches, and I measured up from the first score line to 2 inches. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these 2 score marks, or these 2 little tick marks. I just did it with a pencil. And what I'm going to do, just want to make sure you can see that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my 2 little tick marks. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put the tick marks right in my gully, and I'm going to take my cutting blade and just cut them off. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take, excuse me, I'm going to take and I'm going to just line up my score marks and then cut it off at the tick mark. So now you have a piece that looks something like this. Alrighty, now I still have my trimmer out because we have to do one more thing. Now that we have all of our score marks here, what we're going to do now is we're going to take and we're going to cut. Now I want you to do the cutting before you actually use your bone folder to fold this up, because otherwise it gets very hard to cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up the 2-inch mark, okay, back into our gully, and I'm going to cut, this is my cutter, I'm going to cut from the end of my cardstock into the middle score. So I'm going past this score mark right here into my middle score. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to cut it all the way into here. I'm going to lift up my cutter. I'm going to go to the next one. Okay, this is our little panel in the middle. I'm going to go to my next one and I'm going to cut. And I'm going to do the same thing up here. I'm going to take and I'm going to bring my cutter all the way to the top. I'm going to cut in past the first score mark into my second score mark, and then I'm going to cut. Okay, so I'm cutting from here to here. I'm going to lift my score mark, or my cutter, and I'm going to cut from here to here. So now what you have is this piece right here. You've got this in the middle, you've got this little piece right here, and then these pieces, okay? They're cut into this score mark right here. So we have like our little panel. And what that is our little spline of our magazine rack right here. Okay? All right. The next thing that we're going to do is we need to fold everything in. And I used my bone folder for this. It's very important that you take and you use your bone folder because you want nice crisp folds on these. And now let me just show you where I put my sticky tape. We're done with this. So let me just show you where I put my sticky tape. On the back of it, on the outside of it, you know, this is going to be all scored up or all folded up like this. On the outside, I'm going to take and I'm going to put 2 sections of sticky tape here. And then when you turn it over, you're going to take and you're going to put 2 sections of sticky tape on the outside scores right here. And then we're going to take, and what you want to do is be careful, because where you cut these off, these little points, you want to make sure your sticky tape is below that. And now we're ready to put it all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to tear off my sticky strip, the top parts of it, okay, on all of these. And this is the first one that you want to do. You want to start with the bottom piece down here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to fold that in like this. And you're going to fold the side in, just like this. And then you're going to take this, the side piece right here, and you're going to fold it up just like this. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that your sides line up nice and even. Oops. Let's just make sure they're nice and even. And I'm talking about these sides right here. And you're going to do the same thing to this side. You're going to fold it in, and then you're going to fold it up so that these pieces right here match. Okay? Now that we have that done, we're going to take our sticky strip off of these 2 pieces right here. So I'm going to take that one off and that one off. This one and this one. And then you're just going to bend this over. It's going to be a nice snug fit so it makes it more secure. And you're just going to sticky strip that down. You're going to take and bend this one over just like this. And you're going to sticky strip this one down. Now we've got the base of our box. That's this part right here. Okay. And then the last part is the back spline. So we're going to take this sticky strip off and this sticky strip off. This one and this one. And you're going to very carefully, like I said, you're going to very carefully just adhere this together. Make sure that all of your sides are nice and even, just like this. Okay? And then you're going to take this side and do the exact same thing. And now we have the base of our box. If you want the measurements for the decorative pieces, like I said, all of the measurements are going to be on my blog at www.stamplady.com. And what I'm going to have you do is also, I'm going to show you how to make the note cards in part 2. So this was part 1, I'm going to show you part 2. You can add some buttons and bows, but I think that I'm going to keep mine plain so that they can keep it on their desk and just be able to take a note card out and use it when they need to. All right, have a good day. I hope you enjoyed my blog, and remember to hop on over to my blog for all the measurements. Have a good day and take care.